Hello, and it is June 18th, 2015. The time is 4:32 p.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of New York State, where I live and reside, on this Thursday afternoon, because it is Tolkien Trivia Thursday. And hello, Master G20. Thank you for popping in. We're having Tolkien Trivia Thursday, and we have Pollard and we have two viewers. Oh, we got David. Okay, David is here. Hello, David from Ireland. Hello. Sorry, I'm running a little late here, just getting out of the day job. We have one web viewer, and we're here for Tolkien Trivia Thursday. And we have Pollard, which, hello and welcome. Greg from Alaska. Oh, we got Greg from Alaska. Hello, Greg from Alaska. He is Pollard. I'd like you to meet our other person in the broadcast is at Party World. That's David from Ireland. And we have another Greg, who is from the UK and Alaska. I watch Alaska on Deadliest Catch every Tuesday. I watch those guys up there in the Bering Sea. I guess they're doing Opelio season right now. But we're going to be starting the second half of this book that we've been doing here for the last couple of weeks. And we have one web viewer, which I greatly appreciate as well, who's hanging with us. It seems like we always have that one web viewer. And the weather right now, I'm taking a chance because we did have some sprinkles. There's some overcast, but we are going to have Tolkien Trivia Thursday. And we may be joined by Adrian, who's from the UK, and Greg, who's also from the UK. Well, actually, he's up on the Scottish border, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Oh, wow, there's another sunflower there in the corner. Wow. Scotland, okay, he's up there in the Scotland area. And that's a bird that's out back there somewhere. Okay, we're on, like I said, the section of Frodo and Friends. So we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions for today. I'm going to cut it to 8 questions. So let's start right off with the first question. And we do this every Tuesdays and Thursdays, Greg from Alaska. It's about J.R.R. Tolkien Trivia that I have in this book right here. And we've been doing this. This is, I think, our 12th or 13th episode. I'm not sure. I've got it written down at the computer desk. So question number 1 out of 8. We got Master G20, who is here as well. Well, was here and not here. Trying to get into the broadcast here. Question 1. Who gazes out of the wild wood in wonder at their first dawn? Question 1. This is related to J.R.R. Tolkien's a trilogy. Well, it's Frodo, so it's going to be Lord of the Rings, so, or else related to. So question 1. Who gazes, and quote, out of the wild wood in wonder at their first dawn? It's one of the races of Middle Earth. I'll give you that hint. So there's several races. Any answers? Oh, come on. There's men, there's hobbits, there's orgs. And thank you, David, for the share on Twitter. I appreciate that greatly. Greatly appreciate that. And I caught a few of your... I caught this morning, you had... Which... I saw it on YouTube, but then I also watched it on the replay there. Your last, most recent broadcast here on Periscope, which I have to express I do like using. Okay, the answer of that: who gazes out of the wild wood being over in Middle Earth, in wonder at their first dawn? And the answer is, see, Gandalf. He's a wizard, but he would be in the category race of man, I think. The firstborn, the elder race of Middle-earth, the elves. The elves are the ones that wondered at their first dawn out of the wild wood. Elves, wood. Where do we find the elves? In the woodland of Middle-earth. Question number 2. Now this is, you got to fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. 3 rings for blank under the sun, or under the sky. 3 rings for blank. What was the question? Oh, the first question is, who gazed out of the wild wood in wonder at their first dawn? Very bad connection tonight. Let me see if I can get closer. Is that on your end, David? Oh, we have Adrian here. Welcome, Adrian. You missed our first... I'm going to get closer to the window here, which might help a little bit. Hello, Adrian. You missed the first question. We're just reviewing it here for his master. No, he's in and out. So David's still here, and we have Pollard, who, Adrian, is Greg from Alaska. We have another Greg. Indeed, it's frozen. Okay, I missed that. Okay. The trees? No, 3 rings for the trees under the sky? Oh. Let's see. Fill in the blank. 3 rings for the elf kings under the sky. A bit hit and miss on the connection. I wonder why. You know, I'm just wondering if it's because my kids are on the network as well. Okay, the next one, 7 for the blank in the halls of stone. Now that should be easy. Halls of stone. Who works with stone in Middle-earth? You have 3 rings for elf kings under the sky. Dwarf Lord. And I think Greg Masons. The square and compass for the Masons. And Greg from Alaska, and David says dwarfs. 7 for the Dwarf Lords in the halls of stone. Very good, Greg. Next one, 9 for the blank, doomed to die. 9 for the blank, doomed to die. Dwarfs again? No, we already had dwarfs, if that's a repeat there, Greg. We're under part 3 of the second question. Men, yes, that's an easy one. 9 for men, doomed to die. Next one is 1 for the blank blank of his dark throne. Clueless in Seattle, as per usual. Hello, Greg. And that's our Adrian. 1 for the blank blank of his dark throne. It's a good one, Turbo. Adrian. And Greg, Adrian is from the UK as well, from Birmingham. We have 1 for the... Any answer, Greg? Or are you Googling? Which is fine if you're quick enough. 1 for... I'm going to give you the answer. Dark Lord on his dark throne. Next one, in the land of blank, where the shadow... Okay, Dark Lord. Yeah, Dark Lord, that's what I have for an answer. In the land of blank, where the shadow lie. Which land does the shadow lie? In the land of... Mordor. Very good, Greg. Greg is on a roll. We got to... Maybe if your name is Greg, you get all these answers. Because our Greg from from Scotland there, he gets a lot of answers too. I don't know the answers until I flip the pages because I haven't gotten this far in the book before. So let's see. And the last one of this, in the land of blank, where the shadow lies. In the land of blank, where the shadow lies. I have obsessions of Lord of the Rings. Very good. We're glad you're here then, Greg. Change my name to Greg. Adrian. The last one is the same answer. It's going to be Mondor. In the land of Mondor where the shadow lies. So, okay, question 3. The lines above appear in several places. Can you name them? They appear in... Oh, all those lines that we just read appear several places. Can you name them? And this is sort of a long answer, so if you want me just to read it, I'm going to have to read this one. 3 rings for elfin kings under the sky. 7 for the dwarf lords in the halls of stone. 9 for mortal men doomed to die. 1 for the dark lord on his dark throne. In the land of Mondor, where the shadow lies, 1 ring rules them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. In the land of Mondor, where the shadow lie. The lines above appear in several places. Can you name them? And I'll give you a hint. It's the books. The lines I just read, they appear, I'll give you the answer, in the epigraph in all 3 volumes of the Lord of the Ring trilogy, The Fellowship of the Ring, The 2 Towers, and The Return of the Kings. They also, Halls of Mondor, they also archive a striking display when the ring itself is placed in the fire. So they're at the beginning of each book in the Lord of the Rings. Okay, question number 4. Part of that part that I just read derives from more easily visible inscription. What is the inscription and where does it appear? So, the 3 rings and 9 for the men doomed to die. That whole line there, that fill in the blanks, is easily visibly inscripted. What is the inscription and where does it first appear? So that's saying what I just said. Where does it first appear? And it would be 1 ring to rule them all. Elfish on the... Very good. Oh my God. Very good, Greg. You are... That is good. You hit... That is a big answer there. So the answer is 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all. And David, start of the book. 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. This prolific lines appear on the ring at the center of the Tolkien's epic. Okay. And let's see. This all pertains to this. These questions all appear to belong to what that second question where I read the 3 rings, 7 for mortal men, 9 and 1 ring to rule them all. They call it. What are they calling it? Okay, but question number. Let's see. Well done, Greg. Greg is he's the star in today's episode here of Tolkien Trivia Thursday. In what language is this inscription? Do you know what language the inscription is in? And I didn't know this until I turned the page for the answer, and it's way above my head of Tolkien trivia. But it's very interesting though, the answer. In what language is that inscription that I just read? Elfish? Elfish? Adrian, we're going to say Cluelish? Elfish, okay, Elfish. In what language? Well, it's in pure black speech. Excuse the truck. It's in pure black speech, the language constructed by Sauron in the Dark Years. The inscription, however, is in Elfish script, which is correct. Black speech lacks its own written language. So the inscription, text-wise, is elfish. Connection dropped out on my end. Okay. Again, if it's on my end, I apologize. I have my cat, Jack, looking at me through the window, wondering what I'm doing. Okay. At what age, and we finally get a question about Frodo. That's okay, Adrian. Just as long as you're here, that's fine. I'm glad you're here, and I greatly appreciate it. We got 5 viewers. So our 5 viewers are Adrian from the UK party world. That would be David from Ireland, and Greg, who is Pollard, I guess. And we have 2 web viewers. Great. Great to have the web viewers. Okay, we finally get a question about Frodo, guys. At what age does Frodo Baggins become an orphan? At what age does Frodo Baggins become an orphan? And that's one of those side tracks in the story that you got to really be, I don't think you have to read the books. Adrian says 10. David, Greg? Stumped on that one. Okay, that 18, Party World. Well, let's see. When Frodo is only 12, his mother and father die in a boat accident. And when I read that boat accident, I vaguely remember something in the actual books that referred to that, I guess, when they first developed a character. Yeah, nearly. You were 2 years off there, Adrian. That's good guess. Okay, let's see. This is going to be question. Hobbits can't swim. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, Greg. Very good point. They can't swim. We give you that, Adrian. Yeah, we'll give Adrian that one. And good follow-up there, Greg. That is true. They do not like swimming. They can't swim. Okay, here's an easy one. Who adopted Frodo? Who adopted Frodo? After he became an orphan, who adopted Frodo? Any answers? Going once? Going twice? I'm going to wait a little bit because the connection. Bilbo is Greg's answer. His uncle. I think you're right, half of Bilbo for Adrian. And David? Bilbo. We got Bilbo. And that is correct, but Greg, his 99-year-old unmarried cousin, Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo Baggins is Frodo's cousin. And I would have said uncle until I read the answer to this. I always thought he was his uncle, but he is actually his cousin. His 99-year-old unmarried cousin, Bilbo Baggins. Okay, our last question, question number 8. Aside from kinship, because I don't want to take up too much of your time there, guys. I greatly appreciate your time as far as hanging out. And Greg, just so you know, we do this every Thursday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays a little bit earlier than this. I get out of work about 4 o'clock Eastern time, so it's like right after I get home, depending on when dinner is. And then on Tuesdays, it's about 2 o'clock Eastern time, just to give you an idea when we're doing this. Because I think with this half, we probably have another 10 to 15 broadcasts. Okay, our last question, question number 8. Okay, and I greatly appreciate you being here, because it gives us a good perspective as far as helping our J.R.R. Tolkien knowledge in trivia. Okay, our last question. Aside from kinship, what does Frodo share with his new guardian? Aside from kinship, what does... And Adrian says we love it. Well, I'm really loving you guys here. How clueless we are. Yes, David. That's a key word in this broadcast there, Greg, also. We're all clueless because the Gregs seem to have all the answers. Okay, final question. Aside from kinship, what does Frodo share with his new guardian? And this is a pretty good trivia right here as far as what they share. He loves traveling. I don't think the hobbits like the adventures, though. I think we answered that in some previous questions. They're not particularly fond of adventuring. And the rain is holding out. We got some dark clouds coming out. Any answers there, Greg? Adrian? I got an idea what Adrian's answer is. We got bugs. No mosquitoes out either. Adrian, chocolate, The Ring. No. And David says food. No, all hobbits love food. We all know that. They have what, eight breakfasts or something like that. So the answer to the question, aside from the kinship, what does Frodo share with his new guardian? In addition to being cousins, both Frodo and Bilbo Baggins were born on the same day, September 22nd. That's Bilbo's birthday, but it's also Frodo's birthday. I wonder if Mr. Tolkien planned it that way. So that's 8 questions. And I'm looking, and next Tuesday we're going to be doing 10 questions next Tuesday. So I just got to put it out for 10 questions because I'm pushing it with the rain. Blimey from Adrian, and David says cool, never would have gotten that. I want to give you what I'm looking at here, guys. Oh, sorry, I got to push the flat back. Yeah, that's the clouds that are coming in. I got some storms. They've been holding out pretty much. And also, we have a second sunflower. And that's a pretty one, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty dark. Pretty dark. I always forgot stuff from the book. I always think of the movies. Yeah, the books, the movies are great, but the books, they have a lot of detail. And Adrian, I won't be here next Thursday. Okay, you're off to the Lake District, so we'll be watching your videos there. And I guess my daughter's guest is leaving, but here's Jack. He's in the window. Adrian, enjoy having fun walking with all one word and daylight gambler. Give them our best there next week, okay? Greatly, 2 great guys. Just to let you know, Greg, that and that's the backyard there, Greg. Just to give you an answer, or give you an idea what we're doing here. And I'm moving back over to the porch here. One last look, as always. That's the cornfield out in the backyard. Started with this picture yesterday, or this morning. Going to end the broadcast with that picture. I always like that view. Always like sharing it with you all. So I'm going to end the broadcast here, guys. I greatly appreciate you attending. And Greg, welcome. We hope to see you next Tuesday. Again, Adrian, you be safe on your turbo. I will indeed have a good one evening. Bye, everyone. Bye, Adrian. And next week, say hi to Rick and I'm flustered now. Too much stuff going through my head. I'll try to be there. Okay, thank you, Greg, and great job on answering the questions and stuff. And David from Party World, thank you also. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to leave. David, pleasure always. Have a good evening. Thanks for the. Okay, we will. Oh, Phil, thank you, Adrian. Thank you. God, I had a brain fart. You guys all take care. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. And as always, peace.